In a wild snowstorm, a farmer saves a family from the cold, but the next day's guest will change his quiet life forever. Hey, listeners, welcome to another tale that'll grip your heart and keep you guessing. I'm your host, weaving stories of courage and secrets from forgotten corners of America. Today, we're diving into Sophia Walker's journey, a mom who thought she was done with her hometown only to uncover a truth that changes everything. Where are you tuning in from? Drop a comment, and if the story moves you, hit subscribe. Tomorrow, I've got a special surprise waiting. Let's get started. Hey, listeners, it's your story-weaving host, ready to pull you into a tale of secrets and heart. Today, we're following Sophia Walker, a mom who thought her hometown was history until a letter dragged her back. Rain, mystery, and a dusty old farm set the stage. Where are you tuning in from? Your cozy couch or a rainy drive? If this hooks you, hit subscribe. Tomorrow's got a surprise you won't want to miss. Let's roll. Rain pounded Sophia Walker's beat-up sedan like a drum. She gripped the wheel, steering down a narrow, twisting road toward Willow Creek Farm in Millfield, Pennsylvania. Tall weeds leaned over the path, brushing the car's sides as if the land wanted to hide it. Nobody had driven here in years. In the passenger seat, 10-year-old Lily pressed her nose to the window, her dark curls bouncing. Her wide eyes soaked up the blurry fields, green fading to gray in the storm. "Is this really where Grandma grew up?" she asked, her breath fogging the glass. Sophia nodded, her knuckles white. "Yeah, sweetie, but it looked better then." Her voice was tight. She never wanted to see Millfield again. Chicago was her home now, a steady job checking company money, a small apartment with a leaky faucet, and friends who became family after Lily's dad vanished 6 years ago. That life wasn't perfect, but it was hers, built far from the secrets of this town. 3 weeks ago, a letter shattered her plans. It came in a crisp envelope, official and heavy, saying Sophia inherited Willow Creek Farm from her grandmother, Margaret Walker. Sophia froze when she read it. She'd been told Margaret died before she was born. Her mom, Ellen, always said the farm was sold long ago, lost to bad luck. Sophia almost tore the letter up, thinking it was a mistake. But she called the lawyer, Mr. Grayson, whose calm voice confirmed the impossible. Margaret, who died at 92, had owned the farm all along and left it to Sophia, her only heir. She was clear, he said. "You must visit the farm yourself before deciding what to do with it." Sophia's throat tightened. "Why did my mom lie about my grandma? About the farm?" Grayson paused. "Families can be tricky, Ms. Walker. I don't know more." His words echoed Ellen's warnings, whispered when Sophia was a girl. "Some places are best left alone, Sophia. Some truths are too scary to dig up." Ellen never spoke of Millfield, her childhood, or why they fled when Sophia was 7, piling into a car in the dark with just a suitcase. Those memories stung, Ellen's tense silence, her hands shaking as she drove. 5 years ago, Ellen died, taking her secrets with her. Now, Sophia faced Lily's asthma bills, piling up after a bad flare-up, and rumors of layoffs at her firm. The farm, debt-free, felt like a lifeline. Her plan was simple: stay a week, clean it up, sell it, and return to Chicago with enough money to keep Lily safe. But as the road curved, doubt crept in. What was waiting at Willow Creek? The rain blurred Millfield's edges, but Sophia glimpsed the town in the distance. Old brick buildings lined a quiet square, their signs faded. A tall factory tower loomed on the horizon, its letters faint but clear, Blackwell Industries. The name stirred a memory, Ellen's face tightening when Sophia, as a kid, asked about the rich family who owned half the county. "Stay away from them," Ellen had snapped. Sophia pushed the thought aside. She wasn't here for old stories. The farmhouse appeared through the downpour, a 2-story shadow with peeling white walls and a sagging porch. It looked heavy, like it carried years of loneliness. Not the warm home Ellen sometimes described, where she'd bake bread or pick apples with her mom. "It looks sad," Lily said, clutching her worn stuffed rabbit, its ear floppy from years of hugs. "It's just been empty a long time," Sophia said, forcing a smile. "Houses need people to feel happy." She parked beside the barn, its red paint chipped to a dull pink. The air smelled of wet earth and rust. They grabbed their bags and ran through the rain to the porch, boots splashing in puddles. The wooden boards groaned under their weight, creaking like a warning. Sophia fumbled with the old iron key Grayson sent, its edges rough. The lock resisted, stiff with age, but finally clicked. Lily grabbed her hand, her small fingers cold as the door swung open with a slow, eerie groan. Inside, the air was thick with dust, like old books left too long. A faint, bitter smell lingered, something Sophia couldn't name, maybe mildew or forgotten herbs. She flicked a light switch, half expecting nothing. A dim yellow bulb buzzed to life overhead, casting shadows across the living room. Grayson said the utilities were paid, but it still surprised her. "Wow," Lily whispered, stepping forward, her sneakers soft on the worn rug. "It's like a museum." She wasn't wrong. The room was frozen in time. A lumpy sofa sat against one wall, its fabric faded but whole. Shelves held dusty books, glass figurines, and framed photos, their edges curled. A rocking chair waited by a cold fireplace, a knitted blanket draped over it. Everything was untouched, like someone locked the door one day and never came back. Sophia ran a finger along a shelf, leaving a clean streak in the gray dust. "A week's not gonna cut it," she muttered. She could call Grayson, hire a crew to clear it out, and leave. But a tug in her chest stopped her. Questions about Margaret, about Ellen's lies, about why this place felt so heavy. Lily wandered to a side table, her rabbit tucked under her arm. She picked up a small drawing, its paper yellowed. "Look, Mom, it's a picture of a barn." The crayon lines showed a red barn and a stick figure girl with pigtails. At the bottom, in childish scrawl, was Ellen, age 6. Sophia's heart squeezed. Her mom, so young, had stood right here, dreaming in this house. "Can we keep it?" Lily asked, her eyes bright. "Yeah, sweetie," Sophia said, her voice soft. "It's special." Lily's curiosity, so brave despite the strange place, sparked something in Sophia. She couldn't just walk away. Not yet. The rain grew louder, drumming the roof like fingers tapping. Sophia focused on making the house livable. Upstairs, she found a hallway with 4 doors. One led to a bedroom with a big bed, its quilt neat but dusty, Margaret's room. It felt too personal, so Sophia chose a smaller guest room with 2 single beds. In a closet, she found linens, surprisingly clean, sealed in plastic. She made the beds, the crisp sheets smelling faintly of lavender. Lily bounced on hers, giggling. "It's like camping, but inside." Sophia laughed, the sound easing her nerves. "Exactly. Our adventure starts here." They ate a simple dinner, peanut butter sandwiches and apples from their Chicago supplies. At a wobbly kitchen table. The kitchen was old, with a chipped sink and a fridge that hummed too loud. A calendar on the wall, stuck on 2005, showed a faded photo of Millfield's town square. Sophia's eyes lingered on it, wondering what Ellen left behind. After dinner, she tucked Lily into bed. The room was dark, the storm's roar muffled by thick walls. "Are there ghosts here?" Lily asked, her voice small, clutching her rabbit. Sophia brushed Lily's curls from her forehead, her touch gentle. "No, honey. Just old memories waiting for someone to find them." She kissed Lily's cheek, her heart full. Lily's trust made her feel stronger, like she could face whatever this farm held. "Sleep tight." With Lily asleep, Sophia crept downstairs, the floorboards creaking under her boots. The rain hit the windows hard, like it wanted in. She felt drawn to a closed door off the living room. It opened to a small study, its air heavy with the smell of paper and wood. A big oak desk sat in the center, piled with papers, ledgers, and a dusty lamp. Bookshelves lined the walls, crammed with farm manuals and old novels. A single window rattled in the storm. Sophia turned on the lamp, its light warm but weak. She sorted through the papers, boring stuff like seed orders and electric bills from the 90s. But under a stack of farm magazines, she found a leather-bound book, its cover worn soft. Inside, in her mom's neat handwriting, was Ellen Walker, 1978. Her teenage diary? Sophia's hands shook as she read. Most entries were simple, helped mom plant corn today. Tired but happy. But others were darker. One page, dated June 1978, said, "They're watching the farm. They know I didn't destroy it." "Destroy what?" Later entries grew frantic. They followed me to town. I saw their car. Mom says to stay quiet. It didn't sound like the Ellen Sophia knew, calm, practical, always in control. On the desk, a small envelope caught her eye addressed to Sophia in Ellen's writing. Her heart raced. She tore it open, unfolding a single sheet. Sophia, if you're here, you found the farm. I'm sorry I lied. The truth was too heavy. There are eyes in Millfield always watching. Trust Ellie Harper at the library if you need help. Keep Lily safe. Love, Mom. Sophia's eyes stung. Ellen knew she might come back. And Ellie Harper, Sophia remembered a girl with braids, her friend at 7, laughing by the creek. Was she still here? A photo frame on the desk showed Ellen and an older woman, Margaret, maybe by the barn. Their smiles were tight, like they hid something. Another photo, half hidden under papers, made Sophia pause. It was a formal portrait of a man in a suit, his eyes cold and sharp. On the back, in unfamiliar writing, was B. Blackwell, 1985. The name hit her like a stone. Blackwell? Ellen's warnings echoed, stay away from them. Were they the ones watching? Sophia knocked the Blackwell photo off and it hit the floor with a thud. As she picked it up, she noticed a floorboard slightly raised. She pressed it and it lifted, revealing a small hollow. Inside was a heavy brass key, its handle carved with strange swirls, old and important. Her pulse quickened. What did it unlock? She kept searching and found another book, smaller, with lists of numbers, initials, and dates going back decades. At the back was a hand-drawn map of the farm, marked with the key swirls. A spot behind the barn was circled, labeled Br. Ellen's writing, faint but clear, said, the truth stays buried, but never forgotten. A chill ran through her, not from the cold. This wasn't just family junk. Her mom and grandma hid something huge. The storm roared and lightning flashed, brightening the room. For a second, Sophia swore she saw a shadow at the window, a person gone fast. Her heart pounded. No trees were near the house. Just her mind, she told herself, but fear lingered. She slipped the key, diary, and ledger into her jacket. Her hands steady despite the shake in her chest. Whatever this was, she'd find out. For Lily, for Ellen, for herself. Listeners, that's a cliffhanger. Sophia's knee-deep in secrets, and the storm's not the only thing creeping closer. Where are you feeling this vibe? At home with a blanket or out in the rain? Smash that subscribe button to stay with us. More's coming, and it's gonna be wild. The storm roared outside Willow Creek Farm, rain pounding the old farmhouse like an angry drum. Inside the study, Sophia Walker sat at her grandmother's oak desk, the big brass key heavy in her hand. Its fancy carvings caught the dim light from a flickering bulb overhead. The air smelled of dust and old paper, mixed with a sour hint of damp wood. The house creaked, as if whispering secrets it had held for years. Sophia's heart beat fast, her mind racing with questions about the key, the farm, and her family's past. She opened the leather book again, the one she'd found under a pile of farm catalogs. Its pages were yellow, the ink faded but neat. Lists filled it, names, dates, and numbers like money records. Some lines were marked red, others yellow with tiny stars by a few. Sophia's job as a money checker taught her to see patterns. This wasn't just a list. It was a secret system tracking something big, maybe dangerous. Her eyes caught a name circled in red, Blackwell Industries. The Blackwells were Millfield's richest family, owning farms, a factory, even the bank. Their huge house sat on a hill like a king's castle. Were they part of this? Sophia flipped to the map at the book's back. It showed the farm's fields, barn, and orchard with strange marks, circles, and lines that matched the key's carvings. One spot behind the barn was labeled BR, circled 3 times in blue ink. Her mom's handwriting, Ellen's, was there too. The truth stays buried but never forgotten. Sophia's stomach twisted. Ellen's diary, found earlier, said they watched her, scared her when she was a teen. Was they the Blackwells? Did they chase her away from Millfield when Sophia was 7? The desk was cluttered with more clues. Sophia sifted through papers, bills, seed lists, a crumpled note. The note was in Ellen's writing, but odd, like a code, under the heart, safe. Yh knows. Under what heart? Who was Yh? Sophia's fingers brushed something cold, a tarnished silver locket, heart-shaped, hidden under a ledger. She clicked it open. Inside was a faded photo of two young women, one maybe Ellen, the other unknown. On the locket's back, initials were carved. H. Sophia's heart skipped. Was H the librarian, Ellie Harper, her friend from childhood? Did Ellie know Margaret's secrets? Thunder shook the windows and the light flickered, casting shadows that danced like ghosts. Sophia thought of Ellen's diary, her fear of being watched. She stood and went to the living room where old photos hung on peeling wallpaper. One showed a young Ellen, maybe 16, with an older woman, Margaret, her grandma. They stood by the barn, smiling, but their eyes were tight, like they knew trouble was near. Another photo made Sophia freeze, a man in a sharp suit, his face cold, his eyes like ice. A tiny label said, J. Blackwell, 1975. John Blackwell, the family's old leader. Sophia's skin prickled. He looked like he owned the world, and maybe he did. The storm's howl grew louder, and a floorboard creaked upstairs. Mom, can I have water? Lily's small voice called. Sophia's heart jumped. She locked the study, tucking the key, locket, and note in her pocket. She climbed the stairs, trying to look calm, though her hands shook. In the guest room, Lily sat up in bed, her dark curls messy, clutching her stuffed rabbit, Mr. Flops. The room was cozy now, with clean sheets and a quilt Sophia found, but the old walls groaned in the wind. Here, sweetie, Sophia said, handing Lily a glass from the bedside table. She sat on the bed, smoothing Lily's hair. You okay? This place is cool, Lily said, yawning. Like an adventure. But I heard a funny noise outside. Like a car. Her big eyes looked worried. Sophia's chest tightened. It's just the storm, honey. Branches or something. She hoped it was true, but Lily's words stuck with her. Was someone out there? Sleep tight, she said, kissing Lily's forehead. We'll explore more tomorrow. Lily smiled. Love you, Mom. She snuggled down, Mr. Flops tight in her arms. Sophia turned off the lamp, leaving a soft glow from a hallway light. Back downstairs, she checked every door, twisting the old locks hard. The storm made the windows rattle and the radio on a shelf hissed static, even though it was off. Sophia shivered, pulling her sweater close. She returned to the study, locking that door too. The locket sat on the desk, its photo staring up. Sophia traced the initials. E.H. Ellie Harper was her best friend when they were kids, always at the library, reading adventure books. Did she stay in Millfield? Could she help? Sophia opened the ledger again, looking for Ellie's name. On a back page, she found it. E. Harper, Library, Safe Records. A phone number was scribbled, old but clear. Sophia's hope grew. Maybe Ellie was part of this, keeping Margaret's truth alive. A loud crack of lightning made her jump. The light went out, then buzzed back on. Sophia's eyes darted to the window. For a second, she saw a faint glow. Headlights? Far down the road. Her heart raced. Just a neighbor, she told herself. But the farm was alone, miles from others. She grabbed her phone, ready to call for help, but the signal was weak, the storm messing with it. Sophia's thoughts went to her mom. Ellen never talked about Millfield, always changing the subject with a sad smile. Some places hurt, Sophia, she'd say. Now Sophia saw why. Ellen was protecting her, hiding a dangerous truth. Sophia felt a mix of love and anger. Why didn't you tell me, Mom? She clutched the locket, wishing she could ask. The attic hatch above creaked as if the wind pushed it. Sophia froze, listening. Just the house, she thought, but she grabbed a heavy bookend from the desk, just in case. She moved to the living room, checking the photos again. One small frame showed the farm in summer, fields green, a crowd of people smiling, maybe a town picnic. In the corner, a young girl waved, her face familiar. Was it Ellie? Sophia's hope flickered brighter. She sat on the sagging couch, the key heavy in her pocket. The storm's noise filled her head, mixed with memories of Ellen's warnings. Some truths are too scary. Sophia wasn't sure what the key opened. A lock in the barn, a chest, something else, but it felt like a door to her family's past. She wouldn't run like Ellen did. For Lily, for herself, she'd find the truth. Sophia locked the front door again, her hands shaky. She kept the locket and note close, planning to call Ellie tomorrow. The farm felt alive, its creaks and shadows holding secrets. She went to bed but didn't sleep much, dreaming of locked doors, cold eyes, and a key that burned in her hand. Morning came with soft sun. The rain was gone, leaving wet grass. Sophia made cereal for breakfast. Lily was excited. "Can we explore outside?" she asked, bouncing in her chair. "After we eat," Sophia said, the key in her pocket. She didn't tell Lily about it yet. They went to the barn, its door stuck. Sophia pulled hard and it opened with a loud groan. "Cool." Lily ran inside, where sunlight came through holes in the roof. Dust floated like tiny stars. Old tools and a rusty tractor sat quiet. Lily collected pebbles and feathers, making a pile on a box. Sophia checked the map. It said BR was in the barn's back corner. She used her phone to find the spot. There was a big wooden box, like for animal food. Sophia opened it. It was empty, just some old corn bits. She felt inside and found a loose board. Her heart beat fast. She pushed, and the board opened like a door. Behind it was a dark path. Sophia looked at Lily, who was busy with her treasures. "Lily, let's check the house quick," she said, keeping her voice light. She took Lily inside, promising to look in the attic later. Alone, Sophia went back to the barn. She used her phone's light and climbed through the opening. Stone steps went down. The air was cold and smelled like dirt and paper. At the bottom was a small room with stone walls. A lantern hung on a hook. Sophia turned it on and light filled the space. She gasped. Shelves held boxes, books, and files. A table had gloves and a magnifying glass. In a corner was an old cabinet with a fancy lock. Sophia tried the key. It fit and clicked open. Inside were folders, sorted by years, going back 60 years. She opened one. It had newspaper stories, notes, and photos about the Blackwells. Sophia's hands shook. The papers showed how the Blackwells bought farms when people were broke, growing their land fast. One folder, Peterson Farm, had photos of a fire and a story about a couple who died in 1988 after saying no to the Blackwells. Other folders showed more. Farms that didn't sell had bad luck, fires, sick crops, lost money. Each time, the Blackwells got the land. The worst folder said poison land. It had tests showing bad chemicals in water and dirt on Blackwell farms. A note in Margaret's writing said the Blackwells used a dangerous spray, banned later, to ruin farms so they could buy them cheap. The last page made Sophia freeze. Ellen's sickness at 16 was from Blackwell water. Same cancer as others. Sophia felt sick. Her mom's illness wasn't bad luck. The Blackwells hurt her. A noise above stopped her, a creak, like the barn door. Footsteps walked slowly. Someone was there. Sophia turned off the lantern, hiding in the dark. She grabbed the poison folder and stuffed it in her jacket. "I know you're there, Ms. Walker," a man's voice said, smooth and cold. "Let's talk about your grandma's lies about good people." It was a Blackwell, maybe Benjamin, the son who ran their company. Sophia's heart raced. How did he know she was here? Were they watching the farm? Whoa, listeners, things just got real. Sophia's in deep and the Blackwells are closing in. Where are you feeling this suspense, your couch or a rainy drive? Subscribe to stay with us. More's coming. Sophia held her breath. The footsteps stopped above the secret door. She texted Lily, "Lock the doors. Hide. Emergency." She hoped it sent. "Mr. Blackwell," she called, trying to sound brave. "I've got copies of everything. If I'm hurt, it all goes online." Silence. Then the voice, less sure, said, "Come up. Let's talk nice. Like we did with your mom when she got sick from our water." Sophia's anger grew, but she needed a plan. She saw a small pipe in the ceiling, going to a wall. It was too small to crawl, but it might lead out. "I have proof," she said, moving to the pipe. "More than my grandma showed you." She was guessing, but it worked. The man didn't answer fast. Sophia found a rusty grate by the pipe. She pushed and it opened to a tiny tunnel. She squeezed in, pulling the grate shut. Her phone's light showed dirt walls, then stone. After 30 feet, another grate led outside, hidden by bushes near the house. Sophia crawled out, heart pounding. She ran to the house, staying low. Through a window, she saw Lily under the kitchen table, holding her rabbit, brave like they practiced. Sophia's heart hurt, but she felt strong. She went in the back door. "Lily, we gotta go," she whispered, kneeling. "Is it the man in the fancy car?" Lily asked, quiet but calm. "He came when you were in the barn. I hid upstairs and watched. He looked in windows, then went to the barn." "Good girl," Sophia said, grabbing their bags. "We're on an adventure. Be quiet." They slipped out as the barn door slammed. Sophia led Lily through the orchard, avoiding the barn. Their car was by the road, but a black SUV blocked it. The Blackwells had help. "New plan," Sophia whispered, turning back to the orchard. "We're playing hide and seek." Lily nodded, trusting her. Sophia remembered her mom's diary mentioning a safe place, a storm shelter her grandpa built. "Lily, did you see a small building, like a cellar, when you explored?" "Yeah," Lily said. "Past the trees. It's got a big door with a wheel, like a submarine." She led the way, sneaking through bushes. The shelter was half buried in a hill covered in vines. The metal door was heavy. They pulled together, and it opened with a puff of old air. Inside, concrete steps went to a small room. Sophia's light showed shelves with food, water, and a cot. A lantern worked, lighting the space. "It's a secret base," Lily said, excited. Sophia locked the door from inside, feeling safe. "Your great-grandma made this for us," Sophia said, amazed. She spread the papers on a table. The poison tests showed bad chemicals, but also rare metals in the dirt, valuable stuff for tech. The Blackwells weren't just farmers. They wanted all the land for these metals, no matter who got hurt. Lily found a box behind some cans. It was a music box, old and carved with the keys' designs. Sophia wound it and a soft tune played. A note inside said, "To my Sophia, from Grandma Margaret." Sophia's eyes got wet. The key opened a tiny safe in the wall. Inside was a letter and a map of clean land, not poisoned, with a note, "Protect this. It's Millfield's future." Listeners, that music box is pure heart. Sophia's finding her grandma's love in every corner. Where are you tearing up, at home or on a walk? Subscribe for more. Let's see what's next. The shelter's lantern cast a warm glow, but shadows danced on the stone walls. Sophia sat at the small table, Margaret's letter in her hands. The paper was thin, like it held years of waiting. "Sophia, I'm gone, but you're here," it read. "The Blackwells hurt us, but this farm holds the truth. The clean land is hope. Find Ellie Harper at the library. She knows." Sophia's heart skipped. Ellie Harper, her friend when they were 7, giggling by the farm's creek, tying daisy crowns. Was Ellie still in Millfield? A memory flashed. Ellie's freckled grin as they skipped stones, promising to be friends forever. Then Sophia's mom whisked her away and Millfield faded. Now Ellie was a key to the secret. Lily knelt on the creaky cot, her stuffed rabbit tucked close, studying the papers from the hidden room. Her dark curls fell over her eyes. "What's this, Mom?" she asked, pointing to words about rare metals. Sophia slid beside her, the cot squeaking. "It's why the Blackwells are bad," she said. "They found valuable stuff under farms like treasure, but hurt people to get it." She hugged Lily tight, her warmth chasing the shelter's chill. "We'll stop them, I promise." Lily's eyes were big but brave. "Like a superhero?" "Like your great-grandma," Sophia said, smiling. She pulled Lily close, her voice soft. "Grandma Margaret used to say, 'Courage grows where love lives.' That's us, kiddo. We're strong because we've got each other." Lily nodded, clutching her rabbit, her small hand squeezing Sophia's. Sophia's gaze fell on a dusty shelf. A small book caught her eye, its cover worn leather. She opened it and her mom's handwriting stared back. Ellen Walker, Allies. The first page said, "Sophia, I'm sorry. I hate to keep you safe, but the truth won't stay buried." Names followed, a teacher, a nurse, and Ellie Harper, librarian, with a note, "Keeps Margaret's backup records." Sophia's chest warmed. She wasn't alone. These people, strangers and a long-lost friend, were ready to fight with her. A faint noise came from outside like a car engine far off. Sophia froze, her heart thumping. She crept to the heavy door, listening. The sound faded, maybe just wind rattling the orchard trees. Or was it the Blackwells, circling closer? She shook her head, locking the door tighter, but kept her phone near, its light dim. Back at the table, Sophia opened a can of peaches. The sweet smell filled the air. She and Lily ate with plastic spoons, juice dripping on their chins. Lily giggled and Sophia laughed, the sound bouncing off the walls. They played cards on the cot, Lily's small hands clumsy but determined. "I win." She cheered, tossing down a pair, her grin bright as the lantern. As night settled, Lily yawned, curling up with her rabbit. Sophia tucked a scratchy blanket over her, kissing her forehead. "Sleep, brave girl," she whispered. Lily's breath slowed, soft and steady. Sophia sat by the table, the music box and papers close. The box's carved designs matched the keys, a reminder of Margaret's love. She wound it, and a gentle tune filled the shelter like a lullaby from the past. Sophia planned for dawn. She'd leave Lily safe here, find Ellie in town, and rally the allies. The Blackwells were strong, but so was she. The lantern flickered, and Sophia kept watch, papers under her hand, ready for morning. The shelter was quiet as dawn's soft light slipped through tiny vents. Sophia knelt by Lily, who slept on the cot, her stuffed rabbit tucked close. She hated waking her, but time was short. "Lily, sweetheart," she whispered, brushing dark curls from her daughter's face. "I need you to be brave today." Lily's eyes opened, sleepy but bright. "Like a spy?" she asked, a small smile growing. "I'll be okay, Mom. You'll come back, right?" "Always," Sophia said, her heart tight. She taught Lily a special knock, 3 fast taps, too slow for when she returned. "Stay locked in. Don't open for anyone else." She left food, water, and the glowing lantern, then hugged Lily tight. "You're my hero," she said, kissing her forehead. Climbing the concrete steps, Sophia sealed the heavy door, her hands shaking. The farm outside was wrapped in thick mist, hiding the barn where the Blackwells had found her yesterday. She couldn't use the road, they might be watching. Instead, she cut through wet fields, mud sticking to her boots. The 5-mile walk to Millfield would take hours, but it was safer. The field smelled of damp earth and grass, but Sophia's mind was on Lily, alone in the shelter. She pushed away fear, remembering her mom's diary, the truth won't stay buried. Ellen trusted her to finish this. Sophia carried the poison folder, the music box, and Margaret's letter in her backpack, each a piece of her family's fight. As she walked, memories came, running through these fields at 7, laughing with Ellie Harper, her best friend. They'd build forts in the orchard, pretending to be explorers. Ellie's freckled face and goofy grin felt like home. Did she still live here? Margaret's notes said Ellie had answers. Halfway to town, Sophia froze. A black car idled on a distant road, its driver scanning the fields. A Blackwell guard, she bet, looking for her. Her heart pounded. She dropped low, hiding in tall grass, and waited until the car moved on. The mist helped her stay unseen, but it reminded her how close danger was. She hurried, her muddy jeans heavy. Millfield appeared as the sun burned off the fog. The town square was pretty, with flower baskets and an old courthouse, its clock ticking steadily. The Blackwell factory's tall tower loomed, a dark mark of their power. Sophia's clothes were a mess, mud and sweat screamed outsider. She slipped into a small shop, buying a clean blue shirt and a baseball cap. Pulling the cap low, she blended in with folks heading to work. The library sat on a quiet street, its brick walls warm in the morning light. Inside smelled of old books and coffee, cozy and safe. Wooden shelves held stories, and a bulletin board had kids' drawings. A photo by the desk caught Sophia's eye. 2 girls by a tree, one with her dark curls. Her and Ellie, ages 7, smiling big. Her throat tightened. She'd left that girl behind when her mom fled Millfield. A woman with kind eyes and short brown hair sat at the desk. Ellie Harper, older but still her friend. "Ellie," Sophia said, nervous, her voice barely above a whisper. Ellie looked up, her face lighting like a sunny day. "Sophia Walker. Oh my gosh. She ran around the desk, hugging Sophia tight. Your grandma said you'd come. She never stopped believing. Ellie locked the front door and flipped the closed sign. Come on, we've got work. She led Sophia to a back room, small and packed with files. A hidden shelf held boxes labeled M. Walker. Your grandma gave me these, Ellie said, pulling one down. Proof the Blackwell's poisoned land hurt people. I've kept them safe. Her eyes were serious. What happened? Sophia opened her backpack, showing the poison folder. I found her secret room. It's got everything: tests, photos, proof the Blackwells killed farmers, made my mom sick. But they know. They took Lily to their house. Ellie's hand went to her mouth. Lily? Oh, Sophia, we'll get her back. The Willow Network's ready. She sat Sophia down, her voice steady. Your grandma started it years ago. Folks who saw the Blackwells' lies. Teachers, farmers, me. We saved evidence. Waiting for someone like you. She listed members. Mr. Tate, a teacher who hid land records. Clara, a farmer who tracked Blackwell deals. Sarah, a nurse who helped sick kids. Marcus, a deputy who wouldn't take Blackwell money. Margaret was our heart, Ellie said. She said a walker would finish her fight. Sophia's eyes stung. Her grandma trusted her, even when they'd never met. But fear crept in. What if I mess up? Lily's alone, and the Blackwells are so strong. Her voice broke, thinking of Lily's brave smile. Ellie touched her arm. I was scared too, when Margaret asked me to hide papers. I was just a kid like us back then. But she told me, fear's okay, Ellie. It means you care. Keep going anyway. You're not alone, Sophia. We're with you. Sophia nodded, strength returning. She remembered Lily's spy grin. She'd keep going. Ellie called Marcus and Sarah. Marcus, tall with honest eyes, arrived in his deputy uniform. Sarah, with gentle hands, had cared for farmers poisoned by Blackwell water. They read the folder, faces grim. This is huge, Marcus said, holding a test showing deadly chemicals. It's enough to arrest them. Sarah nodded. I've got patient files, kids, farmers, all sick from their land. We can send these to the state today. Sophia stood, heart racing. Lily's at the Blackwell house. I'm going there. Not alone, Ellie said, her voice firm. We hit them all at once so they can't hide. Marcus reports the kidnapping. Sarah sends health proof. I tell my news friend about the poison. They'll crumble. Marcus added, I've got 2 deputies I trust. We'll back you up. Sophia looked at them, her old friend, a brave nurse, a good deputy. She wasn't just a mom fighting alone. She had Millfield. Let's do it, she said, her voice strong. Listeners, the Willow Network's ready to roll. Sophia's got her team and Millfield's standing tall. Where are you feeling this, at your desk or a cozy cafe? Subscribe to join the fight. Benjamin Blackwell sent a message. Sophia was invited to a family dinner at his mansion to fix old fights. Ellie said it's a trap. He wants you quiet, but it's our chance. Marcus gave Sophia a tiny recorder hidden in a necklace to save everything they said. Sophia wore a plain dress and went to the mansion, a huge house with tall windows. Guards watched her. Benjamin met her in a fancy hall, his smile fake. Ms. Walker, let's end our family trouble, he said. Lily stood by a staircase with an older woman, Victoria Blackwell, looking scared but okay. I couldn't say no, Sophia said, forcing a smile. They went to a big dining room with a shiny table and old paintings. Lily sat far away with Victoria, who looked cold. You look like your grandma, Victoria said. Stubborn. Thanks, Sophia said, staring back. Food came, but no one ate much. Sophia watched Benjamin. I learned a lot about my family, she said. Like the metals under the farms. And the poison in the water. Benjamin's smile faded. Your grandma made up stories. She was sick in the head. Her tests don't lie, Sophia said. They're proof. The air got tense. Victoria's hand shook. Sophia checked her watch, 8:15 p.m. The Willow Network was moving. Tell me about the Petersons, Sophia said. Their farm burned after they said no to you. An accident, Victoria said, her voice sharp. Old houses catch fire. 6 times. Sophia asked. That's weird. Benjamin leaned in, angry. You're like your grandma, saying crazy things. We help this town, jobs, money. At what cost? Sophia said. Poison people? Dead farmers. Enough. Victoria snapped. She smiled at Lily. Want to see the garden, dear? Lily looked at Sophia, who shook her head. I'm staying with Mom, Lily said, brave. Benjamin's eyes were hard. You found old papers. They're fake, easy to prove wrong. Your family's crazy. Everyone knows. Like you made my mom seem crazy? Sophia said. When she got sick from your water? Your mom was trouble, Victoria said. Margaret could have sold the farm. She chose to fight. For clean water, Sophia said. And metals worth billions. You hurt people to get it. Benjamin's face got red. You don't know who we are. Your grandma lost everything. Your mom ran. You'll lose too. Not alone, a voice said. Ellie, Marcus, and a man in a suit walked in. He showed a badge. Environmental Protection Agency. We have a warrant for Blackwell Records. You poisoned land and hid it. Benjamin stood, mad. This is my house. You can't. We can, the man said. We know you moved poison between farms. Victoria looked scared. This is silly. We have friends in high places. Not anymore, Marcus said. They're talking to police now. Sophia tried to reach Lily, but guards blocked her. Benjamin said, our guests stay. Marcus looked at Lily. Are you here because you want to be? Lily shook her head. They broke into our safe place. They said they'd hurt Mom if I didn't come. Let her go. Sophia yelled. Victoria held Lily's arm. Cars arrived outside, news vans. Ellie smiled. Someone told the news about your crimes. Benjamin was furious. You small-town fools can't stop us. Lights flashed through windows. More agents came in with boxes for evidence. You're done, Sophia said, touching her necklace. I recorded everything, your threats, Victoria's words, your money offer to make me leave. It's online now. Benjamin looked scared. Victoria said, call our judge. Marcus laughed. He quit. So did others. They're caught. Sophia grabbed Lily as Victoria let go. She held her tight, keeping her safe. I'm taking my daughter home, she said. To the farm my grandma saved. It'll be stuck in court forever. Benjamin yelled. Ellie held up papers. The farm's clear. Margaret paid every tax. Her proof about your poison and metals is perfect for court. Victoria tried one last time. Sophia, you're like your grandma. Some fights just hurt you. Sophia turned. She wasn't alone. I'm not either. She looked at Ellie, Marcus, and the agents. Lily was her strength. They left the mansion, cameras flashing. Ellie spoke to reporters. Millfield's secrets are out. The Blackwells hurt us for years. No more. In Marcus's car, Lily leaned on Sophia. Will the bad men go to jail? Some will, Sophia said. Others will lose their power. They can't hurt us now. The farm looked warm in the dark, a home, not a burden. Listeners, what a showdown. Sophia and Lily are safe and Millfield's waking up. Where are you celebrating, at a cafe or your room? Subscribe for the big finish. Morning brought quiet. Sophia and Lily ate breakfast in the farmhouse. The study was clean now, a place to plan. Sophia called the lawyer, who was shocked. I didn't know about the secrets, he said. Margaret was careful. Ellie came with news. The news is everywhere. Blackwell's factory is closed. Police took their papers. Marcus added, Victoria's talking to save herself. She's telling about the fires, even the Petersons. Sophia felt light. Her mom and grandma weren't crazy. They were heroes. Lily ran outside, playing with a stray cat. Sophia watched, grateful. 3 months later, Millfield was new. The Blackwells were gone, Victoria in jail, Benjamin caught trying to run. Their money paid for sick families, clean water, and a new hospital wing for poison victims. Sophia stood on the farm's porch, coffee warm, watching Lily help scientists test dirt. Dr. Chin, a scientist, showed Sophia a map. Your grandma saved clean water here. Her ditches stopped the poison. It's amazing. Lily showed her dirt jar, proud. She loved school in Millfield now. Ellie drove up, smiling. The lawsuit won. Families get money and doctor care. She was running for mayor, loved by the town. The museum wants a show about Margaret, the lighthouse keeper, for her truth. Expanded farmhouse legacy reflection. Sophia stood in the farmhouse kitchen, sunlight streaming through clean windows as Ellie's voice carried from the dining room. The house hummed with life, a far cry from the dusty shell she'd found 3 months ago. She laughed, thinking of the museum's plan to honor her grandmother. She'd hate the fame but love the story. Sophia could almost see Margaret, her stubborn chin set, rolling her eyes at the lighthouse keeper title but smiling at the truth it spread. The farmhouse was alive, maps, plans, and friends filled it. The dining table held charts of clean fields marked for a community garden. In the study, restored to its former warmth, Sarah pored over health reports for families hurt by Blackwell poison. Laughter spilled from the porch where Lily and her new friends played. Sophia opened Ellen's diary, its pages soft from years of hiding. One entry written when Sophia was 7 made her heart ache. Sophia, if you ever return, know I left to keep you safe. The truth is yours. Margaret's papers, stacked neatly beside it, were a warrior's work, timelines of Blackwell crimes, from the Peterson fire to poisoned wells, each note a step toward justice. Ellen's diary and Margaret's papers were saved, telling their fight. Yesterday, Ellie and Sarah had stopped by, their faces bright with hope. We're planting a garden on the clean land, Sarah said, spreading a sketch of rows for vegetables and flowers. It's for everyone, thanks to Margaret. Sophia's mind flicked to the shelter where she'd hidden with Lily, the Blackwell's footsteps echoing above. That fear felt distant now, replaced by this bustling home. The farmhouse wasn't just hers, it was Millfield's heart, a place where truth took root and grew just as her grandmother always knew it would. Marcus walked into the farmhouse, his sheriff's badge shining in the spring light. He held a sealed envelope, his face serious but calm. This just came from the federal prosecutor, he said, handing it to Sophia. She opened it, her hands steady. The letter was short but heavy. Victoria Blackwell confesses to all crimes, arson, chemical poisoning, and murders, including the Peterson fire. Full testimony pending. Marcus nodded. She's telling everything: fires, poison, deaths. It's over. Sophia's breath caught. Peace settled in her chest, warm and quiet. Her grandma Margaret spent years hiding proof. Her mom Ellen ran to protect her. Their fight wasn't for nothing. The Blackwells, with their big house and cruel power, broke themselves. Their lies burned out like a fire with no air left. Sophia looked at Lily, playing with a stray cat outside. This was for her, a safe future. They couldn't win, Sophia said softly. Not against us. That day, Millfield's town square burst with life. The festival was new, a celebration of freedom from the Blackwell's shadow. Tables lined the cobblestones, covered with homemade pies, smoked brisket, and jars of sweet tea. String lights twinkled above, and a small stage held a band playing cheerful tunes. Kids ran through the crowd, laughing, their faces painted with stars. The air smelled of fresh bread and hope. Sophia walked with Lily, Ellie, Sarah, and Marcus, their steps light. Townsfolk stopped them, eyes shining with thanks. You saved us, said an old farmer, his hands rough from years of work. Tears wet his cheeks. My brother lost his land to their poison. Now we've got justice. Sophia squeezed his hand, her throat tight. A shopkeeper, Mrs. Clara, hugged Ellie. I was scared to speak, she said. You gave us courage. A nurse who'd worked with Sarah shared how Blackwell chemicals hurt her patients. Kids are healing now, she said, smiling at Lily. A little girl, no older than 6, ran up and gave Lily a daisy. You're brave, she said, then darted back to her mom. Lily blushed, tucking the flower in her hair. Sophia's heart swelled. This was Millfield waking up. But in the crowd's edge, she saw a man in a dark coat, his face familiar, a former Blackwell guard. He watched, then turned away. A chill touched Sophia. Some shadows lingered, but they couldn't hurt her now. On the stage, a teacher named Mr. Tate spoke. Margaret Walker was our light, he said. She fought alone so we wouldn't have to. The crowd clapped, some crying. Sophia felt Margaret's strength in her bones, Ellen's love in her heart. She stepped forward holding a small willow sapling. "This is for my grandma," she said, her voice clear. "For clean water, new roots, and truth." She planted it in the square's center, Lily's hands helping. The crowd cheered, a sound of hope rising. Ellie leaned close. "Margaret's proud, Sophia." "So's Ellen." Marcus and Sarah nodded, their smiles warm. Lily grabbed Sophia's hand, her daisy bright. The music played on, and Millfield danced under the spring sky, free at last. Listeners, can you feel that joy? Millfield's alive, and Sophia's family won. Where are you celebrating, at home or outside? Subscribe for more heart like this. The town square buzzed with life under a bright spring sun. Millfield's festival filled the air with fiddle music and the smell of grilled corn. Kids ran past tables piled with pies, their laughter mixing with chatter. Banners hung from lampposts reading Millfield Reborn. Sophia stood on a small stage, her heart full. The crowd, farmers, teachers, shopkeepers, looked up, their faces warm with hope. She gripped the microphone, her voice steady. "This is for my grandma, my mom, and all of you. We're free now." Cheers rose, loud and wild. People clapped, some wiping tears. Lily danced nearby with school friends, her laugh bright as she spun in a yellow dress. Sophia smiled, her chest light. 3 months ago, she'd been scared, hiding from the Blackwells. Now, Millfield was healing and the farm was home. She thought of her grandma, Margaret, who kept the truth alive, and her mom, Ellen, who ran to protect her. Their strength was in her blood. Ellie Harper waved from a game booth, tossing beanbags with kids. "You did it, Sophia," she called, her grin wide. Sophia waved back, grateful for her old friend who'd kept Margaret's secrets safe. A farmer, his hat worn, approached Sophia as she stepped off the stage. "You saved my land," he said, his voice thick. "Thank you." Sophia squeezed his hand, words stuck in her throat. Dr. Rivera, the kind doctor, joined them, his smile gentle. He and Sophia were close now, healing Millfield together. "Look at this," he said, nodding at the crowd. "You gave them hope." Sophia blushed, her heart warm. They walked to a quiet corner, away from the music. "What's next?" she asked, sipping lemonade. "We rebuild," Liam said, his eyes bright. "The hospital's new wing will help so many. And your farm's clean water. It's a gift." Sophia nodded, thinking of Margaret's clever ditches that saved the land. Their hands brushed, and she didn't pull away. They were building more than Millfield's future. Lily ran over, her cheeks pink. "Mom, come dance." Sophia laughed, letting her daughter pull her to the square. The music sped up, and they twirled, the crowd clapping. For a moment, Sophia was just a mom, not a fighter. The festival glowed, a promise of new days. Later, Sophia and Lily walked to the farm cemetery, a quiet spot behind the orchard. Wildflowers dotted the grass, and a spring breeze carried birdsong. They knelt by Margaret's grave, its stone simple but strong. Lily placed a bundle of daisies down, her small hands careful. "Does she know we won?" she asked, her voice soft. Sophia's eyes stung. She touched the stone, feeling Margaret's courage. "She always knew, Lily. She built this place for us, so we'd finish her fight." Lily nodded, her face serious but bright. Sophia hugged her, the cemetery peaceful around them. The past was heavy, but the future was theirs. "She always knew," Sophia said, her voice soft as she stood by Margaret's grave, wildflowers bright against the stone. Back at the house, evening light spilled through the farmhouse windows, warming the old desk where Sophia wrote her book, Buried Truth. It told the Walker women's story, Margaret's quiet fight, Ellen's brave escape, and Sophia's stand against the Blackwells. Lily sat nearby, drawing stars on a notebook, her presence a steady comfort. "What's Grandma Margaret like in your book, Mom?" she asked, pencil pausing. Sophia smiled, setting her pen down. "She's strong, like you. She kept secrets to save people." Lily beamed, proud to be part of their story. Sophia's heart swelled, thinking of her mom, Ellen, who ran to protect her, and Margaret, who never gave up. Their courage lived in her now. Later, sorting papers, Sophia found a sealed envelope in a drawer, missed before. It was Margaret's handwriting for Sophia. Inside, a longer letter read, "Sophia, you're strong. The truth is yours now. Tell Lily she's our light. Look in the desk's secret panel for my gift." A small locket fell out holding a tiny photo, Margaret, Ellen, and baby Sophia smiling together. Sophia clutched it, tears falling, their love binding them across time. Sophia stood in the doorway of Ellen's old room, her heart full as she watched Lily sleep. The moonlight slipped through faded curtains, painting soft shadows on the creaky wooden floor. Lily's chest rose and fell, her stuffed rabbit tucked under her chin, peaceful in a way only a child could be after so much change. The room smelled of old wood and lavender, a scent Sophia now linked to her mother's quiet strength. This was Ellen's space once, where she'd dreamed as a girl before the Blackwell's secrets forced her to run. Now it was Lily's, a safe haven in a farmhouse that had become their home. The farm was no longer a burden, no longer just an inheritance Sophia had dreaded. Its weathered walls held stories of Margaret's stubborn fight, Ellen's hidden courage, and Sophia's own battle to free the truth. Willow Creek Farm was home, its fields whispering hope under the spring stars. Outside, crickets sang, and a gentle wind carried the distant hum of Millfield preparing for tomorrow's festival. The town was healing, its people no longer afraid. Lights glowed in houses down the road where families planned to celebrate their freedom from the Blackwell's shadow. Sophia's fingers brushed the locket around her neck, a small silver piece she'd found in Margaret's desk days ago. Inside was a tiny photo, Ellen, young and smiling, holding 7-year-old Sophia in the orchard. The image made Sophia's eyes sting. Her mother had left Millfield to protect her, carrying the weight of secrets alone. Margaret had stayed, guarding evidence in the hidden room, believing Sophia would return. They'd both fought for her, for Lily, for a truth buried so long it seemed lost. Now it was free, shining like the moon over the farm. She stepped quietly to Lily's bedside and set the music box from the shelter on the nightstand. Its carved symbols caught the light, a reminder of Margaret's love. Sophia wound it, and a soft tune filled the room, gentle as a lullaby. Lily stirred but didn't wake, a small smile on her lips. This was their legacy, not just the land, but the strength to stand up, to keep going, to build a future where Lily could grow without fear. Sophia caught her reflection in the room's old mirror, her dark curls framing a face worn but proud. Victoria Blackwell had called it Margaret's stubborn chin, and she was right. That chin had carried 3 generations of Walker women through pain and triumph. Sophia smiled at herself, ready for tomorrow, court hearings, community work, a book to write. Millfield was new, and so was she. Listeners, that's the end of the inheritance of Willow Creek Farm, but wow, what a journey. Millfield's reborn, rising from secrets and shadows into a bright new day. Sophia and Lily found their home not just in a farmhouse, but in a community that fought for truth. The Walker women, Margaret, Ellen, and Sophia carried a torch across generations, their courage lighting the way for justice. I'm still amazed at their strength, holding tight to hope when all seemed lost. Where are you feeling the story? Are you curled up by a fireplace, sipping coffee at a cafe, or dancing at a festival like Millfield's? Did Sophia's bravery spark something in you? Drop a comment and tell us where you're from. Your town might have its own hidden heroes. Hit that subscribe button to stay with us, because tomorrow I've got 2 more tales waiting. One's about a forgotten hero in a sleepy village, another uncovers secrets under small town stars. Click those links on your screen to dive in. Thanks for joining us, friends. You make these stories come alive, and I can't wait to share the next adventure with you. Listeners, that's the end of the inheritance of Willow Creek Farm, but wow, what a journey. Millfield's reborn, rising from secrets and shadows into a bright new day. Sophia and Lily found their home not just in a farmhouse, but in a community that fought for truth. The Walker women, Margaret, Ellen, and Sophia carried a torch across generations, their courage lighting the way for justice. I'm still amazed at their strength, holding tight to hope when all seemed lost. Where are you feeling the story? Are you curled up by a fireplace, sipping coffee at a cafe, or dancing at a festival like Millfield's? Did Sophia's bravery spark something in you? Drop a comment and tell us where you're from. Your town might have its own hidden heroes. Hit that subscribe button to stay with us because tomorrow I've got 2 more tales waiting. One's about a forgotten hero in a sleepy village, another uncovers secrets under small-town stars. Click those links on your screen to dive in. Thanks for joining us, friends. You make these stories come alive, and I can't wait to share the next adventure with you. Moral of Willow Creek Farm. Hey, friends, what's the big takeaway from Sophia's journey? The moral of The Inheritance of Willow Creek Farm is that courage to face hard truths, backed by family and community, can heal and rebuild. Sophia was brave, digging up the Blackwell's poison secrets despite danger. Her grandma Margaret and mom Ellen passed down that strength, guiding her to the hidden room. The Willow Network, teachers, nurses, farmers, stood together, proving no one fights alone. Their truth freed Millfield, turning a broken town into a hopeful home. It shows that standing up, even when it's scary, sparks change. Now, what truth will you stand for in your life? Hey, friends, let's keep the Millfield spirit alive. Here's what I want to hear from you. Now, I want to ask you, what's a family story or keepsake that's shaped who you are, like the Walker Women's Farm did for Sophia? Now, I want to ask you, when did you stand up for what's right, even when it was scary, like Sophia against the Blackwells? Now, I want to ask you, how has your town come together to solve a big problem, the way Millfield fought for a new start? Now, I want to ask you, have you ever found a hidden truth about your family or home, like Sophia's secret room discovery? Now, I want to ask you, which moment in Sophia and Lily's journey hit you hardest? Share what moved your heart. Now, I want to ask you, what challenge helped you grow stronger, like Sophia did when she faced her past in Millfield? Now, I want to ask you, when did you trust someone despite doubts, like Sophia trusted Ellie and the Willow Network? Now, I want to ask you, what keeps you hopeful when things get tough, the way Millfield found hope after the Blackwells? Now, I want to ask you, what's a special bond from your small town or neighborhood, like the one that saved Millfield? Now, I want to ask you, when did you make a hard choice for the greater good, like Sophia exposing the Blackwell crimes?